Good day or good evening, whatever time it is where you're watching this video. I wanted to go ahead and just tap into spirit and see what the collective would like to bring forward. I went ahead and grabbed my homemade, messy but whimsical, handwritten cards to see if we can get a little bit of a topic started. It's interesting as I'm sitting here I'm looking up at the sky out my window, and I'm seeing those streaks that are made by airplanes in the sky, but in my field of vision, it looks like a giant number 11 right over my house. That's kind of cool. It's also kind of reminding me of the two pillars in the High Priestess card. So perhaps we're going to be talking with a High Priestess or a High Priest in this time. Let's see what we have here. We have changing with the seasons and flowing with the tides. And we've got the star ancestors coming out. And I'm feeling like there's a couple more. We've got the lightning bolt. Wow, and the Galactic Council of Light. That's quite a topic starter for you. We are definitely speaking to someone who has been going through a lot of changes. Not just recently, but this entire lifetime has been spent as like a continuous death and rebirth over and over and over again, constantly transforming, constantly changing. It's like a constant phoenix rising for this person. And it's also someone who has many, many, many star ancestors, and they are well aware of their star ancestors, and they work with them frequently. But the star ancestors here are speaking of bringing in energy to you. And this energy specifically is coming from the Galactic Council of Light to aid you in your divine mission here on this planet at this time, is what I heard. And I'm being shown someone in the ocean on a surfboard with this flowing with the tides, and how the swells kind of suck back in and push back out, and how this surfer is just gracefully sitting on their surfboard and just going with that ebb and flow movement, not necessarily trying to catch a wave, but at a resting point where they're just having fun, riding the tide nice and gently. It's out there much further than the breaks of the waves. It's behind the breaks of the waves where this surfer is sitting, where those swells come in and out before the big push and the wave hits the sand on the beach. I was called to go ahead and grab my Star Seeds Oracle because I felt like there was more that wanted to come out before we tap into the tarot on this one. But I'm getting the vibes that you're definitely a starseed energy worker who is great at going with the flow of your life, going with the flow of spirit, but also going with the actual flows of the waters and nature and the animals as well. I'm seeing a bunch of sea turtles now swimming up to this surfer. I'm really being taken to this surfer who is sitting on a surfboard. Perhaps you have recently connected with some sea turtles as well. It could be a synchronicity for you. Right off the bat, we have two that wanted to come out. Wow, look at that. We've got seas of Mintaka. And that's exactly what I'm seeing with the water, with where the surfer is sitting. Those crystal clear, blue, beautiful waters. It says seeing potential, bringing consciousness to light. And then we have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. And I believe that's what this is talking about here, with the energy being brought to you by the Galactic Council of Light. This is something that is activating you in some kind of way. Oh, in your light body. It's activating more of your light body. My eyes were pulled right down to those words as I said that. And by you sitting in these crystal clear waters, in the sun reflecting off of the surface, this is how that energy is being brought in much easier, because it's light codes that are reflecting off of the waters, and it's penetrating you directly, just like this lightning bolt here. But you definitely have a way of seeing the potential in every situation, in every circumstance of your life. And that's what this going with the flow is talking about here. This comes easy to you. And it also inadvertently educates those around you on how to do this as well. You don't even have to say anything. It's just by living your life on a daily basis and people observing the way you handle situations as they come. People look up to you for this. You're like, unbeknownst to you, you're like a mentor to the people around you. And when you reach a season for change, for massive transformation, once again, you don't question it. You just go with it. You just ride that wave. Now we have Earth learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Definitely, especially with these star ancestors and the Galactic Council. You are in this world, but you're definitely not of it. And this is where all this massive transformation is coming in. That's why all of this death and rebirth over and over again had to happen all within this one lifetime. Because perhaps this is your first incarnation here on this planet. And so all of these lessons, all of these changes had to occur within one lifetime in order to reach the status of what you're at currently. In order to achieve that light body within, in order for it to be activated. And then we have We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. And I really feel like that is also speaking of that death and rebirth process that you've been going through over and over and over again. And not questioning it either, just going with the flow of it. Knowing that the next transformation is going to happen for a reason, and just going with the flow of it and not questioning it. And the Hathors are sending their deepest love to you at this time for doing this within yourself. I'm hearing that you're held in high regards within the halls of Hathor. And just like the depictions on this card, they're all looking upon you with a gentle, loving smile on their face. They're very proud of the achievements that you've made this far. I can't help but notice on this, it almost looks like an ocean back here, and this person is being dropped down in like a star, galactic looking bubble. And they're just sitting there so peacefully as they're approaching the waters. Is there anything else from this deck, Spirit, or shall we move on to the tarot? I'm hearing that's it from this one. Let's go ahead and tap in with some tarot. See if we can get any more for this beautiful person. I'm hearing messages from the star ancestors. That's what they want to use the tarot cards for. I love this tarot deck too. It's very fun. It's very lighthearted. It's called Pause Tarot. I can grab the... For some reason, I feel like someone out there wants to see it. But this is what the... Sorry, I bumped the camera. This is what it looks like. It's a really cute tarot deck. And it was gifted to me by a very close friend in my material world for the holiday season. It was an early holiday gift. So messages from your star ancestors. What would they like to talk to you about here? The Hathors may very well be a part of your star ancestor lineage. Also, Mintaken. Excuse me while I go pick that one up that flew out of the deck. Oh, there's two. We've got the Eight of Cups. I picked them up just as they landed on the floor. And we have the Knight of Swords. That Knight of Swords has been really enjoying coming out to play recently here on this channel. Just wanted to note that. But there's a feeling of leaving something behind. And I feel like you don't have a problem at all. Once you're told to leave something behind, you don't question it. You get your backpack, you get your walking stick, and you walk off. See how he's kind of leaving the water here as well? With the fact that I saw this surfer just kind of gently sitting on his board out there on the waters. And in this depiction, he's on the land and he's walking towards the mountains. And so this might be significant in some way. Perhaps you live somewhere where the sea meets the land and the mountains and the cliff sides. Or perhaps you're being called to relocate as well. Very well could be. But with this Knight of Swords, it's showing that you are always motivated to make the changes that you are asked to make. And you do them with haste, without even questioning. And very ambitiously as well. It's almost like the sword of change. Whenever it lands in your lap, you grab it and you get on your horse and you go. Without second guessing at all. And we got the Ace of Cups. And I'm hearing with this Ace of Cups coming out, you quite enjoy the constant changing as well. You like the thrill of it. It brings you some kind of thrill in changing and in going with the flow of the emotions that it brings you. As soon as you get the opportunity to walk away and go venture out into something new, it brings you to new emotions, new exciting emotions within yourself. And this is something that you quite enjoy. It keeps your life vibrant, I heard. Next we have the Lovers. And we have a Tower. The Tower always speaks of change, sudden change, rapid change, a shifting of foundations. But with this constant shifting, you're always able to maintain that unity and that balance within yourself. With the Lovers and the Tower coming out together here as a pair. Now there is that side suggestion there. Maybe it's for somebody else or maybe it is for you. But quite possibly with these changes that are occurring, perhaps it is hard for you to maintain a relationship with someone else. And the fact that you are of this world, but you're in this world, but you're not of it, perhaps you're having a hard time finding a mate as well. Or perhaps you feel as if you might be with someone currently that is not really meant for you. And that this next change and transformation that's going to come in is going to include fixing that. We've got the King of Cups in reverse. And that tells me that that topic is like one of the topics that really brings up emotions of being anxious about, being withdrawn about. And so I do feel like perhaps I have hit on something in regards to a soulmate here on this planet at this time for you. This is a topic that stirs up these kind of emotions for you. I also feel as if in the past, perhaps you have met mates that you thought were the one, but there was a lot of deceit. There was a lot of selfishness on their part and not understanding what kind of work you're here doing. And that's what is causing this tower moment within your soulmate category of your life. It seems to be the one missing link that never seems to really link up. But here you are still going with the flow. You're almost right now at an understanding that there's a reason why you're alone at this time and you don't question it. We just had the Queen of Swords pop out as I said that. And that's also confirming that you have grown quite picky with who you allow to come into that field of energy within your life. And you're not afraid to use your sword to cut cords when necessary as well. And you know when it's time to cut the cords with them as well. But this is why you're picky and why it's been a struggle. And we've got the Six of Cups. I'm really feeling that with this Six of Cups energy, there is only one soulmate out there for you, and that's your like galactic soulmate. And there's almost like a longing for that. You miss them. You miss them a lot. And though you guys might be on separate missions at this time, that does not necessarily mean that you won't be brought together. I do feel as if you both are in existence at this time on this planet. And if you haven't found each other yet, I really feel here that you will. When the time is right, when the tide is high, I heard. You will when the tide is high. When the ebb and the flow is just right. And there's that Page of Wands. When you guys discover each other, you both are going to be enamored and in awe over one another. There's going to be signs and synchronicities that you guys are going to be able to connect the dots with, I'm hearing. If you haven't already. Since time isn't linear, it could be reading past energy, it could be reading future, or it could be reading the now. And I'm noticing in the picture that this cat has a little friend that's sitting here. and they're both kind of looking up there at that beautiful wand, being like, wow, there it is. That's really cute. And so those are the things that your star ancestors wanted you to know right now, going into this ebb and flow that is your life. And I thank you for the serene energy that you have shared with me in this day. Many blessings to you. Thank you for being here. And if this resonated with you, if you enjoyed this video, I do have to continue to remind to push that like button, that thumbs up, to tell these silly computers out there that these messages are well received so that they can be pushed out more into the collective. And I thank you ahead of time. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you can be notified when I share more. I love you all very, very much, unconditionally. Until next time, bye.